Bear with. There we go. And I am going to. And I'm going to record. There we go. Hi, Marika. Oh, she looks really cute in her sort of frozen pose, doesn't she? Okay, so we're live, and this is Wisdom Entrepreneurs Monday, the 7th of December 2020. This is the last one of the year, and we're really here tonight to celebrate, I think, celebrate each other, celebrate life, celebrate 2020, even if it's been an up and down and a bit of a strange old year, as everyone keeps saying, and celebrate connection. And I loved what Derrick sends out a message to remind us all that this is on. And I'm going to read that message instead of Sid tonight. So, excuse me. So lower your eyes. Get yourself nice and comfortable. Take a nice deep breath in. And leave all your thinking at the door. Let the day so far, just let it all go. While we sit in this safe space together. I'm going to read Derrick's message and just let the words wash over you. Good day, my magical, enlightened family. We are magic in action. Every morning when we wake up, we invite physical opportunities into existence. And within every single opportunity, we have the option to feel and to share the magic from deep within our soul. When seen in its purest form, surely there's nothing as omnipotent or magical as love. I'm going to carry on reading because I read the wrong thing, but that was lovely. So I'm going to read the one that was meant for this evening. Good day, my lovely life-enriching family. As we approach the end of what was for me a very tiring, trying, different, and even strange year, yet it's still been a year to provide opportunities aplenty, opportunities to see and be so many things that are new to me, and also reminded of the power of love and how that can arrive at your door in all different forms. All of you are a testament to that. And as you've all played a part in enriching my life, thank you. As we approach the time of year where we usually come together and show love, this special year has shown me to believe in love, you believe in yourself, and you can see that same love coming back from you everywhere. Tonight is the last Entrepreneurs for 2020. I hope you can make it, and if not, wishing you and your families a wonderful Christmas. A big thank you from beyond to anyone who's hosted, guest hosted, laughed, shared, tweeted, coughed, or just shown up. We love you all. So take a couple of moments to just reflect on what you're grateful for this year, amidst the ups and downs and the difficulties that you might have faced. Is there anything that stands out where you've shown love or you've been shown love, or you've even just had a moment to appreciate a sunset or a tree or water or another human being. And when you're ready, bring yourself back to the room. So I was reflecting earlier when I read Derrick's beautiful writing. Aren't those messages beautiful?
That's why we call him Cupid, man.
Yeah. Cupid Elf. And I really saw that it has been a lot of ups and downs, but then I thought, actually, every year feels like a year of ups and downs. We've had this shared pandemic this year, but in many ways, everything that we go through is a shared experience. Each ripple affecting the other. And for me, I lost a dear friend this year, not to COVID, but to a cycling accident. My business completely changed. I lost some of my team, and then I got a new team. Lost all the business that we were doing, and then created a whole new business with the new team. All sorts of ups and downs and experiences. Learned to run, and through it all, I think there's been a thread of just being happy to be alive, just being grateful to still be here, to be in the moment, to meet amazing people and share the love and get the love back and see amazing opportunities. And yeah, gosh, I've had my share of frustrations and pulling my hair out and a little bit of a tantrum occasionally, and upsets. But I had to struggle to remember those. I just kept seeing, when I was looking, love and gratitude and life, just life bursting all the time. And I thought, what a beautiful way to end the year, thinking about how full of life it's been. And the people in prison that we usually see, we're only seeing a few people at the moment because the prisons are closed to visitors or to outside agencies. And we've written a Christmas card for them, and we've put all different people have pulled together different bits and bobs for that Christmas card. And I read a quote about the spirit of Christmas being about, and I'm paraphrasing, but the spirit of Christmas being about, to me, it looked like being in the now. The spirit of Christmas is being in the now and being grateful for what we've got and sharing that. And if the most generous people are the people who've got the least. And you see that and you think, wow, that there's people with nothing, and they'd paper the pavement for you with their clothes if you needed that. They'd give you the food off their table if you needed that. And how grateful I am that I know a lot of those people, So that's what I wanted to share.
I wanted to add, there was something I got from that. And I realized that it's like, take the pandemic. It's like, since the pandemic has happened, for me personally, because obviously I can only speak for myself, thinking that it was going to change things put me into another gear. But when I heard what you said, I realized that it wasn't even the pandemic. So it's like, if it's all thinking, it's like we not have to, but it's like we put ourselves in a state of thinking to reach another state of thinking, if that makes sense. So we feel like it's the pandemic that's doing it to us, and we feel down, and then we look for an option, and then we find a way out, and then it's like, oh yeah, I'm doing this because of the pandemic, but really it's like, in our minds we feel a certain way. So it's like, within feeling that way, then we create the other way where we go through, thinking that it's the pandemic that done that, but it's just us putting ourselves in that state to reach another state. But it's hard to explain, but that's what I got from what you read as well, from Mr. Cupid himself.
Interesting as you was reading it, MamaJ, because it's sort of like how I was thinking when I was writing it was just personally for me, how I've can encapsulate my year into such a short time, because it has been a trying year, difficult year, a different year, but at the same time, it's been a very looking for the opportunities or seeing what's happened to me over this year. I just looked at the opportunities that's come out of it. And when I say how does it come out of it, it's like something what you said as well. Every year is always new. Every day is always unknown. But this year has just been a bit different, if you can say that, because things that every year is different, but certain things have always been the same. But this year, certain things that have always been the same have been different now. It's been shifted. And when you see that, it's all just coming from the unknown. And from the unknown, all you can pluck out of that is opportunities. You can look at how it used to be, but that's gone. That's not in the moment. In the moment is how it is now. And look to the unknown for opportunities. And that's how I see it. Because when I look at it, this has probably been the best year of my life. No word of a lie, and I am not in a better financial position than I was a year ago. But it's just been the best place I've been in my life, because I'm a person I've usually been closed off. So I'll have relationship with people and friends, and I can switch that off in an instant, and there weren't no real connection there or tie. But some of the people on this call that I've connected with that I've never even met, and I feel the connection and the love that I feel for them. And I know it's because I've shifted. I would have met these people on Zoom a year, 2 years ago, and they just would have been some faces at the other end of a screen. But now I feel connected and open to learning, and I'm just starting on this journey. So for me, it's just been an amazing year. And I try to put that in a message that, yeah, everything comes from the unknown. So no matter what the new year holds, I put in a message as well. I don't know if I put it in that message, but I wish them a happy Christmas and a brand new year.
Yeah.
Because that's all. It's tomorrow's a brand new day, so it's just a brand new year to venture into the unknown.
Yeah. I really, one of the things that I was very fortunate to see really quickly at the start of the pandemic was that we literally don't know. Like, we think that we know that we don't know. This is a bit of a tongue twister. So we think that we know that we don't know, but we actually don't know, but we think that we do know a bit. And it really showed me that it literally, so I went from going, oh, I know what I'm going to be doing, you know, for the next 12 months, for instance, and maybe even the next 5 years, to thinking, I literally don't know. And I really, really saw then, oh, that's true all the time. But we just make up that we think we do know. And then we live there. But that not knowing, that was, to me, it was magical to really be in the unknown fully. And I can't honestly say that I'm there still, because I'm not. You know, my ego or my intellect thinks that it knows what's going to happen next, or tries to make up stuff. So I wouldn't say that I live in there, but seeing it for that time, for those couple of months, I know now that I'm conning myself when I'm doing it. So I'm just less attached to it. And so things have unfolded way more naturally, or maybe without me clinging on too much to other things, like, oh, that's happening now. Oh, okay. that's where we're at.
Do you know what? That's perfect, because we all make plans. And as I was thinking about it in my head, it's like stepping stones. And we already plan out that, all right, I've got 28 stepping stones until my happiness. Or I've got 38 and I've got do you know what I mean? And then because COVID comes, it's not to gap in the steps. And then now you want to moan about the gap in the steps, or you're upset, and then the focus is on the gap in the steps instead of whatever else moving forward. But because I love to experiment with things, I never learn unless I experiment. Oh, sorry, I got distracted by my face. I always experiment, and that's the way I learn. And sorry, I just got distracted.
yeah, that was very distracting.
But yeah, when I experiment, that's how I learn. And through experimenting with that, it's just, yeah, sorry, I've lost track. Sorry.
Is he coming on? Are you coming on, Baker? Now you stopped the conversation.
Guys,
yeah, no, look at you.
To do that. That was not my intention. I heard Jacqueline's voice on Chris's phone, and you know I had to look at you. I had to see. And then I heard Omar Wilson, and I said, no, my people that are in there. I felt Derrick. Let's swipe over. I bet he's in there. Let's keep swiping. One more.
I'm here, man.
He's got the Christmas hat on, looking like a giant gnome. All right, my people, I love you lot. Gary, oh my God, everyone's here.
Yeah.
Love you too, Baker, man. Love you
Jacqueline,
too.
how are you?
We're good, man.
We're good.
Oh, the reception's going funny.
Where's your elf hat?
IP for them. It's hair. This is it. It's elf hair instead. It's African elf hair. Not everyone knows about them, but this is how their hair is in Africa. The elves. It's just like this.
Everyone meet Baker.
How you doing? I miss you lot, man. Jacqueline, I'm taking you up on your offer real soon, you know.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for student finance.
Okay.
And then I'm coming to see you with
All
the
right,
guru.
then.
Where's the guru? Is he in there?
Nah.
No, he ain't here today.
Oh, but there's another Alfie. Hello, other Alfie. You got a sick name, you know. That name belongs to the guru. So you're part of something amazing. Claire and Paul. Hi, Claire and Paul. I love couples. The best.
Oh,
All right,
dear.
look, I gotta go now, yeah. But I miss you all. I love you all. All my power and my energy and my love is with you lot. And I'm gonna catch up with you guys soon, yeah.
Yeah, we love
Yeah.
Bro,
Love you, Baker.
Peace and love, man.
Peace and love. Bye, sweetie.
I remember where I
Look at
was
that kissing.
now.
I nearly missed the kiss. Sorry, Jacqueline. Send to me. See you lot later.
Hey, give me shit. Oh, what's
My days. Right then, Wilson. Well done. Go on.
planning. Sorry, my experiment. So I used to plan stuff a lot. And when it doesn't go to plan, big meltdown, upset. And that was most of my life until I kind of experimented with being open to the plan failing. Literally being open to the plan failing, or being open to the plan changing, or being open to the plan going backwards or forwards, and now my plans are not set in stone. And when they were set in stone, I had the biggest meltdowns. But now they're not set in stone. I'm just kind of cool with what happens. Do you know what I mean? It's like, have you seen them? There's a machine, it rotates and it crushes everything, right? Crushes it. It's got some things and they intertwine and it crushes everything, right? Cars to everything. And they put an egg on it, right? And the egg just rolls on it. It just rolls and the thing can't catch the egg. But the egg would just roll on it. And I realized that's what I'm doing now. I'm just rolling with it. Whatever comes, I'm like, oh, okay, roll with it. Car might break down. All right, roll with it. And I realized I'm just much more easier and freer to deal with any more situations. And I don't really have levels for them no more. So a thing is a thing. If I think about it, it's a thing. So there's no more, oh, it's just I lost my key to, I lost my car, someone stole my car. To me, that's not like a small situation, a big situation. It's just a thing. It's just a thing. So I need to deal with that thing. Deal with that.
I love that. And see how earlier the thing, you got caught in the thing, right? You weren't rolling with that. And see how that's what you're talking about. When you don't roll with it, that's when you get into suffering.
100%.
When you think, oh, everything that I planned has gone wrong and now I've got to do it all again, that's when you get into, like, you lose energy and you feel
100%. I did. So today, guys, let me tell everybody, I was trying to do a video, right? I was creating a video for Being Recovery, and I basically just taught myself how to edit videos and stuff, and I've been learning, and I'm kind of doing a bit good at it. I'm proud of myself and stuff. So I'm doing a video, I'm getting along with it, I'm doing it. I got to the end, finally finished it. I'm proud of it. I want to show everybody. It's loading now. It's called rendering, but it's got to render, so it's got to go through the whole video, make sure it's okay. And because my computer's not kind of up to speed with the program, as it's doing this, as it's rendering, the whole program just shut down. So I looked for the file, I found the file, I played it, I tried to play it and it wouldn't play. And I was just, for a second, I dived in there. I was in there for a sec, that I just spent time doing this. My plan was to show everyone this, that. And I dived in there for a bit and I was so in there, I forgot we had a meeting and I got a phone call. Oh, you're late to the meeting. I was like, oh, got jumped on the meeting. Everyone's like, oh, why the long face? I said, oh. Told them what happened to that. And then I kind of just got over it. Do you know what I mean? I kind of said, okay, yeah, I got to do it again. What's the learning curve? Save it next time. All right, sweet. And then I just got on with it again. Do you know what I mean? Doing it again. I didn't even think about, oh, I got to do it again. This is long. What did I do last time? And the funniest thing is I didn't think about what I done last time in the last video. I just started it again on a fresh, and I didn't even realize I was doing it. I just started a fresh one, fresh again. New edit, new this, new that, everything fresh. And I just got new stuff in there, new techniques, new thoughts in there. It's like, raw. And it's just I'm actually proud of it now. Again, like better than I was before, I feel like. So, raw. So yeah, that's I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. It's those life situations that you get to see where you're not. Because when we're talking like this and we're open and we're spacious and we're feeling good, it's easy to see like, oh yeah, this is how it works. Yeah, this is how it works. And then we get all gnarly because we get into something that's gone wrong, or we think it's gone wrong, or we think that it should have been another way. And it isn't. It just it is what it is. It is the way it is because that's what happened, and the rest of it is thought. It's just us getting ourselves in knickers in a twist.
An example there, Wilson. You can see that thing you said about the egg and the machine. You can still get caught in the machine, but you just find yourself maneuvering out of it a little bit more before you get mangled up and start focusing on the machine. Yeah, because you can still get in it, but it's just knowing how to, not even knowing, but finding yourself negotiating your way out of it with a little bit more ease. Yeah, because what you said about focusing on the gap, that when the pandemic comes, oh, it's going to do this and oh, it's going to do that, and you're focusing on what it's not doing, but you should be focusing, because like I said, everything's unknown, so it's nothing new. It's just that the unknown, the parameters of what we call unknown has changed. So now look for the opportunity out of that, because there will be opportunity out of that to do absolutely any. You might look at the Beyond Recovery. We used to go into prison, see people. That has totally stopped. So if we go by the rules, then Beyond Recovery shouldn't even be here anymore. But we've had to look for the opportunities to say, okay, with that, what else can we do? And what opportunities can arise? Helpful, not just make a nuisance of yourself and doing stuff that people don't really want. No, doing stuff that could have probably been useful before the pandemic. But we're doing it now in the time of the pandemic, and it's probably going to last throughout after the pandemic. And that's the opportunity. As simple as that is, that applies to every aspect of all of our lives. Well, I've seen it apply to my life, because like I said, the opportunity is what I've seen through this time here, when I could have been moping about how it's not going the way I planned it, is like expectation on what you do or what direction you're going to go is unknown. So like you said, MamaJ, we like to plan, we like to think we're in charge, and then mine's just saying, yeah, you just think you're in charge. But what really happens, we haven't got a clue. We just like the security and thinking that we know what's happening.
You know what it's like? You know, a bottle. You know when they put the message in the. Sorry, when you everybody talk, I get these pictures. But you know when they put the bottle in the message in a bottle and just send it on the water, and they don't know who it's gonna reach, but they just trust that the bottle is gonna hold the message and take it across the water. And I think that's what we don't do. We don't trust the bottle. Sometimes we don't trust the bottle to just go across the water. And that's, I don't know, that's what I got when Derrick's saying, because it's like, it brought me back as well to the, when I was outside MamaJ's house, and I'm not sure if I told this one already on this platform, but there was a doormat, right? And it's not in front of the door, it's just on the side, and it's got a plant pot on top of it. But around the doormat, there's these little kind of leaves growing, little leaves growing off the doormat. And me and Derrick was just looking at it and just like, raw, like, wow, nature will just flourish anywhere once left alone. And it kind of come to my mind that obviously we're the same source. We are from that natural form of love. So if left alone, we will find opportunities, we will grow from any circumstances. And even as I say that, I feel like I've experimented with that, because I've always tried to do things. I've always tried to get a good job. I've always tried to get good education. I've always tried to do this. And I feel like within that trying, it's that same thing, planning, boundary. I set all those, like within that planning, I set up all these other things. And And then as soon as one domino knocks on that, it's like, oh, it's crazy. And it's like, without that, I feel like, as Derrick said, it's been the best year of my life, because I feel like I'm trusting the bottle. I feel like I'm in the bottle and I'm just going wherever the tide's taking me. And I know that I'm going to get to shore. Well, how long that takes, I'm not even bothered with that. I'm not even bothered with how long it takes to get to shore. But I'm just in that bottle, just enjoying dipping in and out of the ocean, looking around, seeing birds, seeing night and day. And I feel like, yeah, I'm just at that energy where I can just deal with anything, to be honest, because of that. It's allowed.
That's an incredible metaphor. I love that. Go on, Dave.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. But what I was going to say is that there's nothing wrong with planning. Where we get stuck is the plan. We can see that the plan is made up, and that the thought process behind the planning to get there is, there's nothing wrong with that. But if we remain curious and experimental in the way that we're doing that, it allows us to jump at opportunities when we see them. So you might have to go through the planning process to see the opportunity, because if you're not experimenting with what might happen, then there's nothing wrong with that. And it's something that I learned 20 plus years ago when I first joined the army. Planning is something you have to do. It's really quite important, but actually the point of execution, when you start actually doing what you think you're going to do, that we're taught to write that off, because actually no plan survives contact with the enemy. Someone else has a vote in what you're about to do. So actually the plan gets you to a point in time, making sure you're as ready as you can be. And then it's free play, off you go, and have faith that you're going to get through that based on, your training and the people around you and all that kind of stuff. Looking back at that now, I can really see why that's as important as it was. It felt true. We all believed it. It's kept lots of us alive, which is great. But actually, there's something much deeper in it than I thought 20 years ago. And that is, planning's awesome, but the plan isn't. You can drop that bit, you can bin that straight away. Go with what feels right. And that's where the curiosity and that experimentation piece comes in, because it might be, actually, it's, that's irrelevant now. We're going, this is the best thing to do. And you can change your mind again as quickly as you want. And that's awesome. And one other thing that I did right from the start of the call, Jacqueline, when you said you've learnt to run, what you've probably meant to say was you've dropped your thinking about running, because you've always been able to run. Just had a whole lot
Dave, that's exactly what I thought when she said it, But I thought, how do you tell her that? How do you phrase it in a way? No, that's exactly the way you put it. Yeah. Because you said it sounded like you learned, like somebody taught you one foot in front of the other, and then but it's already been there. It's just the thinking. It's just the thinking around. And I like what you said, Dave, as well about when you're planning, then basically you can only plan as far as it is with yourself. As soon as that plan comes into contact with somebody else, it's open, because they could have their version of which way it's going to go, but you just got to be open to that.
Yeah.
When you get stuck to your own version, that's when you run down a rabbit hole.
What I've noticed in the outside world, having left the army, planning is vitally important to organizations, and they get absolutely fixated on what the plan says. Mm-hmm. Whether it was made 18 months ago and a load of stuff has changed, but that's not what the plan said. We've got to no, they've lost the plot. It's to get you to a starting point so that you're set up for success, but you've got to be able to react to whatever shows up after that. And yeah, it's fascinating to see how people, organizations, anything and everything gets stuck on, well, no, we have a plan, we've got to stick to it. Yeah, but it's irrelevant now. No, we have a plan, we've got the blinkers on, that's the way we're going. And it's no wonder that the world gets a little bit unhinged at times when things change and they struggle with the concept of it's no longer relevant. And we need to do something, we need to go in a different direction, and that is okay. That's the key bit, is the lack of judgment around, well, the situation's changed from where we were when we thought about that originally. Let's be gentle with ourselves and everyone else around us, and be allowed to change our minds. It's okay. Anyway.
Thanks, Dave. How's everyone else doing? Is any? Hey, go on, Alfie.
Hi, everyone. It kept coming to me to share this when people were speaking, so I hope it sort of said something, but what was coming to me was being in this breakout room at the Viva event with, I think it was Philippe and this other lady, and they were talking about wanting to do stuff with the 3 Ps and improvisation and how nerve-wracking that was. And as they were talking, it just suddenly seemed so hilarious to me that somehow we have this idea that we're ever not improvising. It's like I don't get out of my bed with a script of what I'm going to say in the day up until the point where I decide to improvise. It's like everything we do is improvisation. And isn't it funny that we have this, I don't know, this idea that that's something that we would do like as a separate, planned, kind of organised thing.
I love that. I've never thought of that before, but it's true, isn't it? We get up every day and we improv our whole day.
Yeah, everything that comes out of mouth 90% of the time is improvisation, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's a really good point. I like that. Jeff, you're unmuted. Did you want to say something? Yeah.
I didn't know I was unmuted.
Oh, you have a microphone that you mute on the
Yeah, but I'll just say I'm really enjoying the conversation and taking it in, and I'm glad I'm here.
Oh, and we're glad you're here.
And I really do like the ideas that you know about the balance of planning and experimentation and just being able to go with the flow. As well, sometimes I think of it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
To not have our identity so contracted around the plan going the way it's supposed to go, and being able to expand from that, and also the unknown. I mean, is, you know, that's really where creativity can flourish. You know, the idea of not knowing.
Yeah.
It allows for more creativity. The more we think we know, the more we limit our creativity. So those things. So I was just, just resonating with a lot of that.
It's nice.
Well, thank you.
Nice, thank you. And Marie, I keep thinking there's a lightning storm happening in your living room.
Oh, same thing.
I know. I keep catching it and going, "Oh my God, what did you say?"
I need to switch it off. Is it giving you migraines?
No. How are you? Are you enjoying tonight?
Yes, I am. Thank you. Yes, I am. I was just thinking about Omar's metaphor about that bit of machinery and the egg inside, and when the egg's inside it doesn't break, but when there's a car inside it all crushes up and all gets mangled. And I was thinking of it as almost like a metaphor for your problems. The bigger you build your problems, the more out of control it gets, and the more pressure you get, and it sort of crushes you, and can cause depressions and anxiety and maybe break you. Whereas if you just stay with it as being the egg and get rid of all the thought, then you'll be fine.
Oh,
I like that.
Jackie, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, Jacqueline, and yeah, enjoying the conversation as always. Particularly mulling over no plan survives contact with the enemy. I like it. I can't quite work out, in my own life, but I get it completely. But it's just one of those nice ones that is just going around my head a bit.
Yeah.
I've been living a very unplanned life for a while now, and I have no script, no plan. And in fact, to be perfectly honest, when you just said my name, my first thought was, oh no, don't, you know, it's always like, don't ask me to speak. I haven't got a script. I don't know what I'm going to say. I've got nothing to say. And probably even only 6 months ago, I would have not spoken rather than risk speaking without knowing the next word that was going to come out of my mouth. In fact, when I used to come here, I've only been coming a few months, as you know, I would write things down. I would literally have a piece of paper and I'd think, if I do have to say something, I'll have got it written down what I'm going to say, and I've stopped doing that now. And just sort of letting it all wash over me. But yeah, it's great, and I'll miss everybody over the next couple of weeks as well until you're back again.
We'll miss you.
100%.
Gary.
Yeah, I was just listening to what you all were saying there, and what Dave said about planning, and I think things like planning and goals and objectives, and they're like those, they're great and they're helpful and they're tools. It's just down to what meaning you give them, and while they can be helpful in navigating life and business and whatever, it's when you become attached to them that becomes the problem. When you see them for what they are, they're there for as long as they need to be. Then you divert, then you change, and you hold nothing on them. Then fine, it's something we've been speaking about a lot lately, and it just defines. I'm seeing it just more and more simpler, basically. Sometimes we talk about thought as though it's a difficult thing or it's a hard thing, but it's the creative energy that we experience life with, and the simpler thing that I'm seeing, the more seriously we take it, the more we can tend to suffer sometimes, and the less seriously we take it, the easier life is. Simple as that. It creates our experience, but when we get hung up on it and believe in it too much and create stuff around it, it can become difficult because things look real to us. And then when we take it for what it is, just like a flexible Play-Doh that we can play with, then it's easier. And the other thing I thought of is that dawned on me is I was trying to think, I think we can only be creative in the unknown. I don't know whether it's, when I thought of something like that, then any time we're in the unknown, that's when we're creative, because we're doing stuff that we don't know. So we're making new stuff up. And so therefore, the less afraid we are of that, the more creative we can be. And the more we stick to what we know, because sometimes that feels comfortable, in a way, the less creative we are. And that's just something that come to mind when you guys were talking just then.
Oh,
cool.
Thank you. Who's just unmuted then? Derrick.
Yeah, for me, I would say that I've seen that this year as well, that when you plan like what you're going to say, because after the time when I'm about to talk, I don't know what I'm going to say. I just know the first few words that are going to come out. Hold on. Yeah, I just know the first few words that are going to come out, and then the rest, if I know it's coming from that place in my heart, then I just trust in it. It's a bit like what Omar said, like the message in a bottle. If I put the message in a bottle and just fling it out there, I just trust that it goes in the right direction. And that's just how I share. And then when as you said that, Jackie, I said, yeah, that's the right thing, because I used to be the same thing. I used to have to have everything planned out in my head, and then when it didn't come out right, or I didn't get the right reaction from the people I'm talking to, I'm second guessing, did I plan right? Did I think, so now the plan that I've just made, I have to readjust that, and constantly in my head. But now I just open my mouth and just have trust to know that it's coming from the right place. So however it's received, I just know that if it's received how it's where it's coming from, then we're all in good shape.
Nice.
I feel like, as everyone's talking, yeah, I see it as it's exactly like football. I don't watch football that much, but it's like football because they sit there, strategize. We're gonna do this, play that, play, work on this, do that, do this, and then when they get on the field, it's just present. You're present. You do what comes to you presently. Do you know what I mean? And it just happens presently. You might lose, you might win, you might score, but you know what the aim is. But whatever comes to you at the present moment of time, you do. And that's just what came to my head while everyone was speaking.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Like.
Yeah. Marika, speak to us. Are you in work?
Yes, I'm at work today.
Oh,
so good to see you all and to hear you all, and just your beautiful, loving messages speaking from your hearts. It's touching me a lot. So I'm just very moved hearing you all, and just the, and some of the factual stuff of how things work about the planning. And I'm such a good planner, right? So I really relate to that one, right? And this year surely has been one where all my plans have just gone sideways, and it just leaves you open to being grateful for what is, right? I lost my brother a couple of months ago. That was a big one for me. We're really close, and but now I just, I'm just so grateful for what we had together, right? It's, those feelings are left, and of course, being human, you go through the pangs of missing a little bit, but it always comes back to that really grateful feeling for the adventures we had, and things that we experienced together, and and just this isolation that we're all in now with our social distancing and the restrictions and all of that, not being able to see family at this precious time of year is really, it's just accepting what is, right? And learning how to navigate that, and again, being grateful for small things, for whatever is, right?
Yeah.
So for me, it's been a huge learning curve.
Yeah.
But yeah, lovely to hear your messages and your love. I just feel that coming through strong. So appreciated.
Yeah, likewise, Marika.
MamaJ.
Hey, Christopher.
Just before this year's done, like to even Gary, I'm ashamed Alan's not here, so I can actually appreciate and say I love you all from the bottom of my heart. Everyone who's on this call, on this webinar as well, live. Thank you for getting me here, like in this position I am right now. Just knowing that love and being present and allowing yourself to come out of the uncomfortable and just flow, like how you said, Omar, like just flow, be water. But sometimes for me, I still get caught up and not knowing that I can be love in certain dark places, and I have shown it. That I still get caught up, but I just really, really appreciate how life itself can show up. I mean, love can show up in the strangest places when you're not expecting anything. And yeah, like I'm really, really grateful for all of you lot, for the wisdom, for just for allowing me to connect with everyone. And thank you for seeing me. So yeah, we don't know what 2021 is going to bring us, but the unknown is it can be fun. It can be fun. It is fun. Just diving in deep and just having an adventure with it. So everyone just enjoy 21. I enjoy your Christmas, and thank you very much. Thank you everyone. Like MamaJ, I really appreciate all of these lot. Beyond Truth, Viva, everyone. Free Pete. I'm really, 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 really grateful for all of you lot. And that's why I really wanted to say that. So just thank you.
Oh, thank you, Chris. We love you. Sydney Banks. Everyone's grateful for Sydney Banks. Got to get him in there. Claire and Paul, do you want to say anything, or are you just relaxed there? And the cat.
I think what I'd like to say, sorry, I just, once he starts speaking now, he won't bloody shut up. What you said about having to think about what you're going to say, I think this community, although I'm very, very, very new to it, I can talk a lot. And it's lovely for me to think that I can actually do the opposite and just sit here and not say anything.
Yeah.
And I feel as comfortable not particularly having anything to say.
Yeah.
And that's a lovely feeling as well. Just to listen. That's what's going on.
I love that.
You know what? I think I've burnt myself out talking so much over the last like couple of weeks, because after talking to MamaJ just this morning on our kind of like proper introduction, I explained that this was one of my fears: public talking, public speaking, and it's gone. I can talk quite comfortably now, and I've only been doing this. I've only known this belief system, this way of belief since last Friday, and it has. I described it last week at a retreat as not just a light bulb moment. It's like I'm stood in the middle of a football stadium with all the floodlights on. Wow. That's how bright it is. It's. Wow. I'm a 6'6" ginger angry man who's now a 6'6" smiley happy guy full of love.
Pussycat.
Yeah, and the best thing is I love myself now, and it's something I've never had. So yeah, so I'm very thankful, and I thank you to everyone, because the normalness of all the conversations that you seem to have makes it normal for me, and I understand it, and I'm getting a good grasp of it. So I'd just like to say thank you and love to everyone.
Do you know what, Paul? Thank you to you, man, because yeah, what you just said there, you're 6 foot, whatever, ginger man, and you're talking about you got love for yourself now, and you couldn't share, but you just shared something so deep as that to say, yeah, that's so, yeah, I'm blown away, Paul. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. Told you that love is omnipotent, you know.
And contagious.
We were on a walk today, and he went, "So what is the 3 Ps then?" Which I thought was brilliant. And then we've figured it out with his ego, which is massive. He's like, "Oh, it's the 3 Pauls." It's the 3 Pauls.
It's Paul, and Paul.
Oh.
I love that.
Yeah, guys, I just want to relate to what Paul just said. Sorry. Yeah.
No, sorry. I forgot you up there in the corner.
Sorry. I've just been listening and soaking it up, but just relating to what Paul was just saying about 6 foot odd. I'm not that tall, unfortunately. But yeah, it's changed my life completely. The beginning of this year was really bad for me, as MamaJ knows. But now, wow, I'm in a totally different place, really a zen place. But it's changed my life completely, as the boys know as well. It's crazy, the power of this the power of love, the power of connection, the power of thought, everything. Just mind blowing. And yeah, just wanted to share that. Thanks, guys.
The power of Pete.
Yeah, I'm speaking, by the way, Paul, now. So, if I can do it, you can do it.
Same, right? You couldn't speak before. Yeah.
And that power, everything that you just said, Pete, like MamaJ said, it's the power of Pete, or it's the power of Paul, or it's the power of Jeff or Alfie. It's everything what everyone's feeling is all coming from themselves. And we're just all putting it together in a mix and having fun with it. But the ultimate power comes from ourselves, comes from us. When this call finishes and we've still got that feeling in us, that's us. That's our love. A little bit of my love still in there, but at the heart of it, at the engine room, is your love. Yeah. And I'll keep that with me for Christmas, New Year, yeah, until we get topped up again.
Say that I think that is so amazing to finally see that you're in your way, to see that it's only you stopping you from talking to these people, or it's only you stopping you from answering a question, or it's that little thought of, does this sound good? That manifests into you not saying anything. And it's like, to see you are the creator and the manifester of those things. There's a power behind that, you know. There's a power just to see that you create that, because then you know that, oh, if I create that, I don't even need to give it so much power. Why am I giving it 100% power and I've got 2% power? Let me give myself 100%, give that the little 2%, and then I can win. Do you know what I mean? And I in my head, because I play a lot of games, obviously, I see it like a game. Do you know? I don't need to give that power. I'll give that power, and I give that little love power, and I can create this little power, and I can create that. And sometimes I go in my head and create a little storm like I did today, and then I can uncreate that, and I can live in this nice Zen peaceful time if I want. I could not, or I can. But we create, and that's just the beautiful thing. We create.
I love that. It reminds me back to what Alfie said about we wake up every morning and we improv. We forget that we also wake up every morning and we create all the time. And we walk around going, we're not creative, or we're not this, or we're not that. And we are creating in every second, in every moment. So we haven't done this for a while, so let's do one of these. We'll go around the room. Just take a moment to reflect on this evening's conversation and see what comes to mind, what bubbles up, whether it's a word or how you're feeling, or if you're curious about something. And then share it with us when you're ready.
I'll start the word bravery.
Oh.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of bravery in front on the screen tonight, and that is just filled me with love, which is beaming back out of me. So yeah, bravery, just bravery.
Mine's got to be connection. Just knowing that we're all connected and all connected to nature as well. That's the most important thing I'm starting to see. So amazing.
I'll go. we're born ready. We have all the love we ever need inside us to start off with. So there's no need to top up. We are it. And no one can take that away from us.
Nice.
Mine is don't overthink, because I'm guilty of doing that a lot, and I need to keep reminding myself to stop it.
Ah, lovely.
I'll say what Omar just said. If I've created all the obstacles, all the things I'm putting in my way, then I can uncreate them. I can not create them. I can create something different. You put it so beautifully, actually. It sort of really hit me between the eyes. That's brilliant.
I think, well, like Dave said, for me, it was love, just the experience of love. So you can feel it just sitting here. I can feel it with you, with all you. So, and that's like Dave said, it's all, we all have that. It's who we are, ultimately.
I've got freedom is one for me now. And what I see in everyone, I see it like everyone who's been speaking, everyone seems to be speaking from such a free place for themselves. And that's what I've got. I've burdened myself with a stereotype of who I am, an ego, and it's gone. My ego has well and truly been shattered in the last 2 weeks. And yeah, so freedom.
Off of that, I'm going to say overcome, because the feeling you get when you overcome something is just so exciting. And it's like a new bike or something. You just want to try it out again and again and again. So overcoming, because when you've had that feeling of overcome, like exactly what Jackie said with the creating, you can uncreate.
For me, and the more and more I see it, even with this talk, what everyone's been speaking about is water. So be water. I'm water. So everyone, thank you. That's allowed us to connect with each other. Just, yeah. So water. For me, water. Thank you. And I love you lot all.
Lovely, Grace.
I think I would like to say hope and new beginnings.
Oh. Nice.
I'm just so grateful I come on the call tonight. I saw Derrick's note earlier on and reminding me it's the last one of the year, and I just wanted to jump on, and I'm so glad I did. And just what everybody said tonight, and to listen to what Paul just said is just so amazing. And it reminded me of what Paul said about, I never really understood it before. You hear it so many times when somebody says, before you can love other people, you've got to love yourself. And I went through nearly my whole life not hearing it and thinking I understood it, but not knowing what it truly meant. And it is so true, because that love comes from you. It is you. And when you feel love for somebody else, it's the love that's within you being reflected back to you. And hearing Paul say that tonight, it was just amazing. Thank you.
I'm feeling the love too.
Ah.
Just lovely to see the light in all your eyes, and just feeling the love coming through so strong. And my big message is just the freedom of a new beginning, whether it's every morning or, just living in that love and seeing where it takes us. And you've all been such beautiful examples in your sharing of just that, how when you're touched by something deep inside, the new beginnings it brings. So thank you all so much for sharing. I'm really touched and so glad I came too tonight. Thank you. Thank you.
Has anyone? Alfie.
Yeah, so I'm just sitting here thinking, or seeing like the love that I'm feeling for everybody on the screen, and realizing that even when I feel so often that I can't access self-love, in order for me to be loving you, I must be loving me, because it's all the same. And so just like, you know, self is love and love is self, and anything that feels otherwise is just a nuisance in the way in that moment. But that is also made of love too. Yeah. Oh, I'm just so grateful to have met you guys this year. It's just such a gift. It's just such a lovely group, and yeah, thank you.
We feel the same. I think that's everybody. I don't ask the people who haven't got the camera on. So if you want to speak, anyone who hasn't got the camera on, please feel free. And yes, go on, Wendy.
Sorry, it doesn't work. I use a little netbook and it's dying on me, and the camera died a week ago. But yeah, it's I'd say family. This group is like, you know, I step into a room with family, and if I want to talk and say something, I can. If I just want to sit here and chill and soak it up, so it's lovely. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah, learnt loads and receiving loads back, you know, on here and in life. It's good. Cool.
Beautiful. Thank you. And I had an experience the other day where I felt like I was in heaven, and that's how I feel tonight. So thank you. It's been wonderful.
Thank you guys for coming as well, man. This has been beautiful. And I just hope everybody enjoys their Christmas and New Year's, and don't eat too much.
or do if you want to.
All in the new year, all fresh and topped up and ready to